Having come a long way from its early days as a substitute surfboard, skateboarding and the skateboarding industry is struggling with how best to maneuver through its future. Despite making substantial inroads into mainstream culture, the economic downturn has squeezed the industry. While sales of both hard and soft goods exceeded $7 billion in 2010, the number of active skateboarders in the world has dropped by a third since peaking in 2002. Opened in 2009, this 16,000 square foot, $2.4 million skate park is a testament to the rise of what was once considered a fringe activity. There are parks like this up and down the California coastline, and after years spent trying to legitimize itself, the skateboarding industry is wondering what comes next.
The industry is in a real slump right now, and it's been for a few years.
Lance Mountain, a professional skateboarder for over 30 years, was at the forefront of the sport's commercial success in the 1980s, and was a company owner for over 15 years. He now rides professionally for California-based Flip Skateboards and Nike Skateboarding.
Can it get worse? It could probably get a lot worse, because it's not really bad right now. It's like, so everyone's saying it's terrible, it's tough, the margins aren't there and everything, but there's a lot of people, like, there wasn't this many people not working in the 80s, you know?
Industry trends point to continued difficulty amongst brands that remain entirely skate-focused, a phenomenon supported by the small percentage of actual skateboards sold. The sale of hard goods, basically all of the components of a skateboard, rarely exceeds 10% of total monthly retail sales. It has been the sale of soft goods, clothing, hats, and most importantly, shoes, that have been the driving force behind the industry. Pierre-Andre Senezargues, founder and chief executive of California-based footwear and clothing company Soul Technology, has been a key player in the soft goods market for nearly 25 years. At the end of his professional skateboard career in the late 80s, he helped develop the first shoe designed specifically for skateboarding.
I realized that, you know, we needed like something else, some other type of product, maybe that would sustain, you know, the industry, sustain our skateboarding culture, and I realized, well, maybe this is the shoes, because it's something that we need, you know, first, but also it's something that will help us continuing skateboarding along the way.
But the skateboard and sportswear brands of Soul Technology have not been immune to the economic downturn and changes in participation. The companies responded by looking beyond the skateboard world and forming partnerships with some unexpected sources.
We're starting a partnership with Disney, and we're gonna some of their show they have on TV. They want to partner with Ethnies because they feel Ethnies has a lot of authenticity, credibility with the youth. And I realized, yes, actually, there's actually people now coming into skate shops that's going to be buying the shoes. They don't necessarily skate, but that's good because it's bringing resources to the skate shops to continue pushing the skate culture. No matter what, if the boards are selling more or less, there's maybe more or less participants, doesn't really matter, because at the end, you know, we bring this consumer from the outside to support our industry.
The question of outside support leads to a classic business dilemma. By following the market forces, there's a risk of alienating your core demographic. But if you push to maintain credibility, it's unclear if the foundations will be enough to support future development.
The industry of skateboarding has always been selling a skateboard to me, a board. The shoes, the clothes, the fringe things, they're never really sure who the right pro is. It's become a marketed thing, and I think it suffered from that.
It's really about shaking things up and doing things differently. I think when you skate, when you do tricks, you always want to learn another trick. So all my life always been about, you should not do this, you should not do that, but I constantly, you know, looked at, you know, I want to do this because I love it. So always facing the forces, the different forces. I had maybe a negative forces versus positive forces. So I think when it comes to recession, it's the same type of thing.
As the past has proved time and again, success can be fleeting in such a fickle marketplace. But after nearly 40 years, it's the individuals and organizations who learn to both adapt and progress at the same time who will ultimately retain their membership. Christopher Booker, Financial Times, Venice Beach, California.